Amazon's Jeff Bezos befriended the wrong foreign leaders. The last 2 weeks have been remarkably eventful for Jeff Bezos. First, the Amazon.com co-founder's visit to India was met with street protests, a new antitrust investigation into predatory pricing and unfair trade practices, and hostile comments from the government led by India Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Then last week, Bezos' year-long tangle with Saudi Arabia burst into the headlines, with cybersecurity investigators concluding with medium to high confidence that Bezos' iPhone was hacked via a WhatsApp message sent directly from Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's account. Those are two very different situations in two separate parts of the world. But they had something in common, an overly optimistic bet that Amazon placed, along with its big tech brethren, on global leaders whose dispositions turned out to be less open and, to varying degrees, more autocratic than Silicon Valley originally thought. Amazon first bet big on India in 2014, when Bezos stood on the top of a flatbed truck in ceremonial Indian wedding garb and presented the chief of his local operation with an oversized $2 billion check. Bezos met with Modi on that trip and amid mutual goodwill seemed to believe the Prime Minister would loosen India's rigorous restrictions on how foreign-owned e-commerce companies could operate. Since then, regulations in India have actually become stricter, with Modi catering to his party's base of small business owners by limiting Amazon's ability to sell items directly and to control its own prices. While gaining market share from Walmart-owned rival Flipkart, Amazon's marketplace division reported steep losses in the last full fiscal year. On Bezos' latest trip, Modi reportedly declined to meet with him. Bezos' relationship with Saudi Arabia started with similar hopes. According to last week's reports, Bezos and Prince Mohammed met at a 2018 dinner party in Los Angeles and exchanged phone numbers. Buoyed by the Crown Prince's promise of modernizing the Desert Kingdom and diversifying its oil-based economy, Amazon was angling to close a $2.2 billion deal to put 3 data centers in the country. But that arrangement was put on ice after Saudi agents killed Jamal Khashoggi, a columnist at the Bezos-owned Washington Post. Saudi officials have said the Crown Prince had no involvement in the murder of Khashoggi or the cyber attack on Bezos. Now a Twitter account linked to the Saudi government advocates an Amazon boycott. In each country, Amazon's agenda was complicated by the regime's bellicosity toward coverage in the Post. But the sharp decline of its fortunes in India and Saudi Arabia is also about leaders whose true colors were much darker than they originally seemed. India under Modi recently passed a restrictive citizenship law that prevents many undocumented Muslim migrants. For more on this story, visit the news article link.